Well, happy Advent. We're not quite there yet. We're starting this Sunday. A lot of Advent calendars begin on December 1st, but liturgically, we don't begin Advent until this Sunday. And when you come this Sunday, things are going to look different because it's a new season. We've been in ordinary time, the season after Pentecost, for many, many weeks. And now we're beginning a new liturgical year. We start reading the Gospel of Mark, and we're in the season of Advent, awaiting the Adventus, the coming of Christ. We wear blue. Some churches use purple as their color, which is a color for royalty as we await the coming of the divine King. We use blue on the third Sunday. We'll use pink for Gaudete Sunday, the Sunday of joy. We're going to do something this year that hasn't been done in this sanctuary for many decades. And we're going to do this as a way of entering into the season of Advent, which is all about awaiting the arrival of Christ and acknowledging that we are in a season of not yet. Just last Sunday, we celebrated the feast of Christ the King, celebrating the reign of God's love and compassion. But we don't have to look very far to see that that reign of love and compassion has not yet been fully realized, right? We are in a season of not yet. And we're going to embody that waiting together and looking together for the arrival by celebrating Eucharist ad orientem. It's Latin, ad orientem. It's Latin for towards the east, towards the orient, the arrival of the rising sun. S-U-N, and in our case, S-O-N. So, this is what our chancel is going to look like when you come here. We're going to have the blue, but you see that the altar has been moved back. This circle in the middle is going to be kept clear. We're clearing out space for the arrival of the King. Make way, prepare a way for the Lord. I'm going to be celebrating Eucharist right here. And of course, during the Sursum Corda, I'm going to say to you all, "The Lord be with you. Lift up your hearts. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God." And after that interaction, I'm going to turn like this. And yes, my back will be to you, but this way we're all facing the same direction. We're all facing the cross together, facing the east, the arrival of the sun. Now, architecturally speaking, we are facing south because of the way this church was built, but symbolically, we are facing the east and facing the arrival of the sun together. So I will continue. It is right and good and joyful thing, always and everywhere, to give thanks to you. I will consecrate the elements here. And then once the elements are consecrated, with us all praying together, facing the same direction, the acolyte and Eucharistic minister and deacon will face the people again, will face you again and say, "The gifts of God for the people of God." We're going to have our Advent wreath over here, and we'll begin our service by lighting the Advent wreath. And we'll have the choir in what I call the stereophonic formation for the introit, and then we'll have our opening hymn. And the rest of the service is going to look pretty much the same. But I invite you to enter into this experience of ad orientem. Some of you who have been worshiping here for several decades might remember when all worship services celebrated Eucharist in this way. We're going to do this during the Sundays of Advent, starting this Sunday, second Sunday, third Sunday. The fourth Sunday of Advent is also Christmas Eve. So we're going to celebrate ad orientem on the fourth Sunday of Advent at 8 a.m. But then at the 10:30, we're going to do the Christingle family service. And we're also going to be emphasizing the arrival of Christ by having the altar move a little bit closer to the center each Sunday, so that by the time we get to Christmas, we will be facing each other, because that's a great symbol of the incarnation of Christ among us, among the people. And we'll continue doing it that way for the foreseeable future. But I'm curious to see what this is like for you and for me. I've never celebrated Ad Orientem in this space. And Advent is a time to do that. Advent is a time to shake things up, because we are clearing out. We are making way, a path for the Lord. So join us, wear blue or purple, as we celebrate Advent and read and mark and learn and inwardly digest the wisdom from the Gospel of Mark, which we start this Sunday. God bless you.